Hello, this is Tomasz Lechocinski for Touch Plus, and welcome back to the third part of tutorial of modeling of Hern. This time we're going to take care of hands, and we should add some geometry to fingers, to fingertips, I guess. So select those polygons at the end of fingers, press Shift and up arrow to expand selection. Press Tab to go to polygon mode, and now select those polygons as I did. Press Alt C to activate a loop slice. You have to wait for it to work, because now when you have multi-resolution mesh, Modo will be slower. Okay, now press Uniform to have this edge in 50% of the length of this loop. And now when it's done, select ends of fingers, shift up arrow, press Tab, and you get polygons in subdivision mode. But now we got a problem. As you can see, the surface lost its continuity, so you have to select this polygon again, press Tab and go to polygon mode, and then press Shift Tab to go to Pixar subdivision. And now we will draw bones that you have on your hands. So activate Push Brush and draw one knuckle, second, and another one, and another one. Just touch and gently draw the bones over the hand. As you can see, I'm laying one stroke and I'm smoothing it back. Okay, let's do the in speed mode, because this process is pretty slow, so I will just speed up the video, not to bore you to death, because this process is mainly composed by just adding one stroke, smoothing it back, and another one. This way you can have natural build-up of clay on your model, so it will look like your hand is made of real flesh and skin. So as you can see, I'm just sculpting the bones. Okay, I'm smoothing the ends of the bones, and now with a Control pressed, I'm just pushing this surface inwards. So now I hide it wireframe. So now you can see how I'm emphasizing the looks of the hand. And now let's do the skin wrinkles near the finger. As you can see, now I'm just adding some muscles to move this bigger finger. Okay, as you can see, one stroke after another will build you great looking muscle structure. You can have all reference with you. You can see on your own hand how the skin is folding in this area that we are sculpting now, and be sure to watch closely your own hand, because it will tell you what to do next. As you can see, I'm pushing this more, and now let's make finger look not like a cylinder, because fingers are squashed in some directions. So I'm adding the folds of the skin. We will add more later in Mari, when we will be painting them, but now I'm just carving this surface. Okay, so more skin wrinkles and some joints. As you can see, now I'm carving this end to give volume and give muscles to the palm of the hand. And as you can see, I'm turning on wireframe because I know that fingers and joints are where the edges are. So now with a push brush, make them look even bigger, and they have to stick from the surface even more. Now let's draw the bones that are connected with its joints. And now, as you can see, the hand is starting to shaping very nicely. So as you can see, we get bigger bones here, and now we can just smooth them out. Okay, this way hand will be looking much more realistic. Okay, and we need to add some more details to it. Okay, so now let's flatten this side of fingers, just gently touching with a control pressed, so you will be pushing the surface away from you. As you can see, now it's starting to look more like real human hand. And just a small stroke to emphasize some bones that are in the finger, and we need to push it some more. As you can see, it is very gentle and tedious job. So let's make the base of the hand. Okay, and now I'm adding some skin wrinkles where the hand is bending, where the wrist is. So now let's do the big finger, and then let's now create skin folds on the bottom side of the hand. So just press and draw with a control hold, and then smooth this carving. Okay, and this will give you the real look and feel of the real life hand. Okay, as you can see, now we need to smooth it, this end of fingers, just a slight touches to it. And now I can show you how to draw a fingernail. So with a small brush size, we can just press Ctrl and draw these lines representing a fingernail. Okay, so push some lines here and push it over there. Okay, and now just smooth this part when the fingernail is growing from. As you can see, it's a very slow process, but in multi-resolution it's quite fun. So now let's emphasize the edges and push them forward. Now smooth the top of the fingernail, and now we got nice continuous surface. Okay, and we need to just change the inflate brush, and now let's do the undercut of this fingernail. As you can see, adding one stroke and smoothing it out. I'm adding the stroke with a bigger offset. I'm adding the stroke and then just smoothing out. Okay, so as you can see, now the fingernail is starting to shape. So we need to work now on edges. So as you can see, I'm pushing forward this edge a little bit more, even a little bit more, and more on this side. Okay, and now I'm just moving the top of the fingernail. So I'm just pushing this inwards. As you can see, now we're just pushing and smoothing the scarf. Okay, so we got nice line across this fingernail. And let's do this upper part. Okay, and we are finishing this. So smooth this a little bit, push away, and now let's add some finishing touches. So smooth it all out, okay, to get nice fingernail. As you can see, we can add just a little bit more of the detail. And now we can do rest of the fingernails. I will show you this in speed up video. So now let's do the joints, and they have to be somehow irregular, so they will be more believable. And now watch me making rest of the fingernails in high speed. And with the fingernails ready, we can add some veins. So go to activate inflate brush and just draw the veins across your bones on the hand, and we can add some veins also in forearm. So just wander around over the surface and then smooth this to mimic the looks of the real veins. Okay, and we can add some muscles also to biceps. And as you can see, I'm building up some muscles also over here. So let's do this part, and we can change offset amount to 24 and smooth amount to 50%, and then we can draw another set of veins. Okay, so this vein goes up over here, over the shoulders. Okay, and we can add one here and press spacebar and turn off symmetry and add some asymmetric veins, because hardly any human have totally symmetrical veins. So now we can add some veins on the neck and get back to the symmetry. Now let's build the muscles on the back. So as you can see, I'm gently adding these muscles over here and just smoothing them down. So we need to draw the muscles as they are in real life, so they are for supporting character. And now let's work on knees. Let's draw first strokes, just a sketch, and sketch out the main groups of the muscles. So this is thighs, and as you can see, Now we need to draw the biggest muscle of all in leg. So it's a pretty rough sketch, and also on the glutes. So let's draw where the muscles are really growing. Okay, the directions. We now need to just give us direction, and then we can smooth it all out. And now we can slowly build upon. So as you can see, I'm just adding stroke 1, 2, 3, and just mimicking the surface of real muscles. So the muscles are in strains, and then we can just expose this bone that is lying under the skin of the knee, and we can add some muscles over here. Remember to smooth this, and we need this part of muscle also. So okay, now some carving in the surface and another build-up, and let's show all bones that are correlated with the knee, and we can just add some muscles also over here. Remember to adding small strokes with offset set to 27%, because this way you can easily smooth out extra sculpt that you have accidentally introduced to the surface. So now let's do the hamstrings. Okay, lower down the offset amount, and it will be a slow process of adding volume in all directions at once to avoid any weirdness in this shape. So you have to be extra careful to add one stroke and constantly looking if this part of the muscle is looking correctly. Okay, I think we are ready with hand, and we need to see if this part of tights needs some more love. So add a tendon and another strip of muscle and another strip of muscle, and we can add just some more, and also another strip of muscle, and another one, and another one, and we can add another one. Okay, we got back of the tights almost ready, so let's do the glutes. So we need to draw the biggest muscles of them all, and just to push this part of the model inward and push again. Just make brush smaller and more sharper, and just push and just push. Okay, and smooth this part, and we can build up over here. So avoid any hard edges here. So we got nice rounding shape. Okay, and some more build up. As you can see, now we can push surface also, and we can add some more muscles over here, and again just stroke and smooth, stroke here and smooth. So let's build some more. We can now just draw the nice transition between muscles. As you can see, muscles are grouped, and we can easily see the borders between them if you have nice and well developed musculature. So Hern does. So we can just see the basic parts of the muscles over here. And add some tendons. Let's bring them, let's make them even more obvious. Okay. And now we need to do the calves. So start by creating this nice hard, almost hard lines between bone of calves and the muscles alone. So it will be going somewhere here. Okay, just move and just draw again. Draw this line so you can easily recognize where the bone is. So again, now just smooth and add strong stroke all the way down, and also we can do it over here. We can build up just a small tendon part over there in the front of the leg, and we need to just smooth this a little bit. Okay, now this is the tricky part, because this is where the human leg becomes a leg of a deer. So we need to fantasize some more about that particular area. So we need to grow muscles once again. Just add gentle stroke and another gentle stroke inside. As you can see, now we got two groups of muscles developing slowly. Okay, so now add some muscles and then smooth them. As you can see, Modo brush has a great way of adding this kind of natural looking surface. Okay, and we can add some muscles also over here. Okay, then we got the tendon part that we need to address now. So make this muscle even bigger and stronger and more articulated. And again, let's do this. We can even make it even much bigger. So again, because Hern is doing a lot of jumping, so he probably should have this part of leg bigger. And we can now introduce these bones structure sticking from the surface of the skin. And let's make this even little bit bigger. Of course, you need to see some internet reference of muscle structure in human. So now we can see how this part of the foot looks in real life in deer. So now you can see there is not much muscles there, but the skin is driven by bones and tendons. So it is basically a very thick leg, and we need to add these bones, okay, and some tendons over the backside. And now let's make brush even smaller and add some nice and rounded shape here. And now let's refine this bones. As you can see, I'm adding tendons and just make sure that they look like in real life. Okay, so now draw the tendons. So the edge will be much more visible. So again, push this skin inside, and from this side also. So add some tendons, and now emphasize them. Okay, I think we are almost ready with this part. We can just add some more to make a little bit better silhouette of this. So just smooth this out, and here also just draw and smooth this out. Okay, the tendon should be attached to this part. And now let's do the bones. They should stick more dramatically from the skin surface. So we need that underneath the lying bone is some of geometrical almost shape. So it got very sharp corners. Okay. And we need to grow this part some even more, and also we need to just bring this shape of the bone to be more visible. So okay, we can just press Ctrl and draw to emphasize this skin transition. Okay, and we can add this bone structure also over here. As you can see, I got little sharper brush now to help me draw nice silhouette of the bones. So we will add some muscles also over here. This is the base of the foot in real life human. So we got build up in Modo some nice looking surface of the bone. As you can see, when I'm stroking gently, Modo will create some random dabs of the stroke, and this will give you a nice result of underlying features of the skin, like fat or other muscles. So now let's create lines that will define bone lying in this part of the leg. As you can see, we can just draw some more. Okay, so push this inside, and now we can add some skin wrinkles also over here. Okay, and we can add the folding of the skin in place of the joint. So we need to just draw these wrinkles of the skin and then smooth them a little bit. So now this is the best part, because now we are getting to the part when we will be drawing the foot bones. As you can see, Hern got only 2 in the foot, so draw just like you did with a hand. So draw the joints and connect with the underlying bone. Okay, joint to joint, and you can draw the almost straight line from one joint to another. And this way, as you can see, we got nice and very organic build-up of dabs where the Modo painting tool gets very nice result. As you can see, it looks almost like there are some nice hidden feature under the skin surface. So you can see I'm adding the folds of the skin, and we can push this even a little bit more and push inwards. So just curve the surface, and now you can build some surface upon that. And you can also build this part of the surface. And also you can build this part of the surface, so it will look like this in real life. Okay? And we now giving the base of the deer foot a nice makeover. So as you can see, this is the end of this part. Thank you and see you next time.